I just got a call from a concerned parent who felt like she was at her wit's end. She's a current client of mine, and she and her partner have been coming to me for help with their two children ages 5 and 3 for a little over a year. What's currently happening is what's happening in many of your households too, I'm sure, or classrooms. Everyone is feeling tapped out from so much stress. With the pandemic, with the challenges that are arising because of the pandemic, and just regular life stress, it seems like we're all in a heightened state of alert. It doesn't just seem like it, we are. Our brain is designed to scan for signs of welcome and signs of warning. And right now, all human brains are likely picking up an increased level of warning. Things are not how they used to be for many people. And even though some people are getting back into their more normal routine, we're still feeling the effects of those troubled times. So what can we do? There's some simple things that you can do daily that will help you learn to de-stress and to get back into a place of balance. And I'm talking about you, the adult, because it starts with us. And whenever we want to work with something with our children, we first need to cast the spotlight of attention inward on what can we do to be able to present ourselves in an attuned way with our children. We can't always do that. We can't always be there for that. But we can try to really make a practice of tuning inward and seeing what state of mind am I in? What practices am I doing to help me stay regulated so I can relate and reason with my child? So the idea is that the brain has 3 zones of development. The green zone, which is our optimal social engagement operating system, the red and the blue zones. The red and the blue zones are more reactive settings in the brain where we either fight, flight, freeze, or faint in response to challenges. And our green zone is when we socially engage and respond versus react. So how do we get more of the green and less of the blue and the red? Because we'll always have the blue and the red. It's part of our operating system in the brain. But we want to really focus on how to be able to develop and strengthen the green zone, first in us and then in the kids. It starts with taking in the good. This may seem simple, pedestrian. Come on, give me something that has more oomph. This has the oomph. The idea is that we don't waste the positive moments that happen to us. We often do. You don't think you do, but you do. Someone gives you a compliment, you say, oh, thanks. Or you say, oh, gosh, no, you dismiss it or deny it. And then you rush to the next thing. Something good happens at work or with your partner or with a friend or with your child. You take in the moment, you celebrate, but you quickly move on. We do, as humans, spend way more time rehearsing the tragedy and the negativity and the things that are missing and what's wrong, way more than we rehearse what's good. That doesn't mean you're pessimistic. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means the brain is wired to pay attention, to notice, and to rehearse the negative more than it is the positive. So what to do about this? Just develop a daily practice where you take in the good. Rick Hanson has a practice that he's developed called H.E.A.L, H-E-A-L. Number 1, have a positive experience. It just organically will happen, or you create one, something that you feel is positive. E, you enrich it. What can you do to expand your state of awareness around this issue? Notice your feelings, notice your thoughts, notice your body. What does it feel like in your body? Notice your environment. Just take in your 5 senses. Enrich the experience. A, absorb it. Absorb means you consciously try to soak the experience in. Many people live from the shoulders up. We don't really experience our bodies, and so we don't really absorb the actual experience. And we have a heart brain and a gut brain, and so we want to get the good, the positive feeling to that level. We want to engage it there. Brain in the skull, heart, and gut. Absorb. So oftentimes I'll tell clients, perhaps picture a warm waterfall of that positive coming through you. Perhaps turn that positive experience into an image and just take a picture of it in your mind and feel it running through your body. You can get creative on how to absorb. Just picture a sponge. And then L is you can just linger there. So Rick Hanson talks about moving from state to trait. And if we're in a state of feeling positive for the moment, to become a trait of positivity, we have to expand that. We have to give the brain time to be in that state for it to become a trait. Both positive states and states that don't feel so positive. But in this case for HEAL, have, enrich, absorb, and linger. L has another possibility. I'm not going to share it here because it's more complicated. But if you're interested, you can visit my website or you can email me and I can tell you more about this practice of HEAL. You can also Google Rick Hanson, Hanson, and his HEAL practice, H.E.A.L, if you want to hear him talk about it or see videos about how to do it. To recap, the idea is that to balance out our nervous system, which is wired to take in what's missing and what's wrong, we want to learn to take in the good. Not so we become a Pollyanna. It's all good. No problems. No, so we can be realistic. We can take in the negative, we can take in the positive, and we have a state of balance. And that will help promote and strengthen the green zone in your brain. So when challenges arise, and they will, you can respond from the green rather than react from the red or the blue, where you shame, blame, and punish your children.